There's some big news coming around the corner from Sega, apparently. Really big news. A journalist by the name of Zenji Nishikawa revealed to another publication that something big would be happening very, very soon. And he actually slipped up and mentioned Sega's name. So now we're all expecting something huge from Sega. The interview was really weird to me, the wording that he used. He was really hyping up the article that he has coming out in Famitsu magazine, as huge as the PlayStation 5 reveal, which I don't really understand why that's a big deal. Did anybody not expect a PS5 to be coming out? Not exactly unexpected news, but I guess it's pretty big news. But Zenji says that he has something that is just as big. And he really pushed how big this article was going to be in this magazine and how big of a scoop it is, and all the other publications are going to be so jealous because they didn't get to report on it. And that he was going to go down in history and people were going to ask, who was that journalist that brought this news out? I don't know if something got lost in translation or what, but it just sounded weird to me. So let's discuss what this huge news could be. First, let's take a look at Zenji himself. He's a journalist. He gets paid to write articles. The more attention an article gets, the better he does. He makes his bosses happy. So maybe he's embellishing a bit about how big this news actually is. Maybe it's not something as big as we think. Or maybe it is, who knows? But some of the words that he used in this interview, revolutionary, is going to rile up the games industry. That's big because in my opinion, the games industry has gotten a little stale. You've got, Nintendo bringing out their console, Microsoft bringing out their console, and Sony bringing out their console. What's left? One of the rumors was that Microsoft and Sega were going to kind of team up because Microsoft isn't as well received over in Japan, and slapping Sega's name on their system over there would help with sales. I'm not sure, but I think that was debunked. But also, would that really be revolutionary? That sounds more like a business idea to me, and I don't think it would really change a whole lot except maybe raise some sales up in Japan. What's that going to do for the rest of the world? Some people are thinking it's going to be a new mini system like a Sega Saturn Mini or a Dreamcast Mini. Although I'm sure people would be very happy to hear that news, the mini systems don't really change anything in the mainstream gaming industry. They're more of a niche market and they don't affect sales of the bigger systems. People are still going to buy the big systems even if minis are around, so they don't really change anything as a whole. Some people are thinking that the news is going to be what Sega just announced with their micro Game Gear handhelds. These things are apparently $50 and they have 4 games each. And they are tiny. It's a possibility this is the news, but I don't think that's correct only because we know about it now. That article hasn't come out yet. And honestly, with these little micro Game Gears, I'm not interested. That's spending $200 for the whole set for 16 games. That's the worst deal in a mini system so far. And I really hope this isn't just Sega reacting to how well the Sega Genesis Mini did, because we all know Sega can really mess up on console releases. One other thing that I've been discussing with some other people is that they may release their own arcade cabinet. Sega was huge in the arcades. They had some of the most memorable arcade games that we played. And with the rising popularity of home arcades, I can see Sega wanting to get in on that. But would that be considered revolutionary? I don't know. It would be awesome. I would love a cabinet with all their arcade hits. In my opinion, the only news that can be revolutionary and rile up the games industry is if Sega announces a new console, a first-party new Sega system. Because like I mentioned before, the gaming industry has been kind of stale lately. It's been the same systems coming out. Adding a new one in there would absolutely turn some heads. And Sega has history with releasing their own console, albeit bad decisions were made. But with how well the Genesis Mini did, I think maybe they realized that they could still be a competitor today. And to be honest, I think it would sell well. Will it break records? I don't think so. But just on brand recognition alone and how badly people keep wanting other Sega systems like the Saturn and Dreamcast minis and things like that, I think it could actually compete and hold its own as long as Sega makes the right decisions with it. If it's anything less than that, then I don't know what kind of news can be considered revolutionary. What's left? An actual new handheld? Nintendo's owned that market for years. The Switch actually owns both the console and the handheld market at the same time, so I don't think you can really compete with that. Or maybe they're going the Atari route and making like a new modern system for its old school games. Sega's been releasing all their older games on different systems, on mobile devices, on the minis, on PC. You can find them everywhere and they are selling. So either the journalist is hyping up something that could be considered mediocre to impressive, or we can be looking at one of the most interesting and exciting gaming years we've had in a very long time. What do you guys think? Have you heard any rumors or have heard talk about anything else that maybe Sega could be bringing out? What would you consider to be revolutionary or game industry changing news? Or do you think that Zenji's just kind of hyping himself up because, he's a journalist and that's his job? I'm really excited to hear what the news is that comes out tomorrow as of the publishing of this video. Leave me a comment below. I really want to hear what you guys think about this. So that's it for me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. This is the part of the video where I thank those users who support the channel through YouTube memberships and Patreon. Jordy Alex, Rick67, Travis Morton, John Westby, Mike Muniz, Sam Torres, Yaroslav Orudzov, Dor, Andre G, Den Cardoso, Jason Hallbrooks, Magnesium Winterjuice, Craig Livesley, Geode, James Burkhart, and Batman.